Hello, YouTube. How you doing? How you doing? This is Keith Kevin Ken. Time again for the knife of the day. And the knife of the day is the Spyderco Foundry. The Spyderco Foundry. If you haven't heard about this knife before, I can understand it. It's kind of an interesting knife that made its way to the general public as a Spyderco knife. So here's how all this worked as I understand it. The great folks at Carpenter Steel, you guys are used to Carpenter Steel. Those are the folks who make a lot of steel products. You're probably most familiar, at least I'm most familiar with CTS XHP steel that you find on a lot of knives from Spyderco and throughout the knife world. An excellent steel. This blade right here is CTS XHP steel. Just a wonderful steel. Well, Carpenter commissioned Spyderco to put together an all Carpenter steel knife, and Spyderco did that. And so every part of this knife was made with Carpenter steel. That emblem right there on the show side of this knife, Carpenter Steel's logo. I think they made it, I'm not sure, I think they made it for like an anniversary or something and came out with such a nice knife that they decided to offer it to everyone. And I picked it up. It's a wonderful hard use knife. It's all stainless steel and it's all using Carpenter steel. So let's talk a little bit about everything. It's a very good EDC knife. It is so well done. I just had to have it. It's simple in what it looks like. I could have done without the big logo. I could have. But honestly, it's just so well done. As a stainless steel knife, it's one of the better stainless steel knives that I've had in my hand. So let's talk about it. Let's start with the blade. STS XHP steel. It's Carpenter steel. It's flat ground, full flat grind, 3.3 inches. When you really just look at the edge, it's a 3-inch edge. 7.5 inches when it's fully open like this. And 5.3 ounces in the hand. I have to say, it doesn't feel that heavy. Okay? It's just well done. One thing that makes this feel so great in the hand is every edge is rounded. You do not feel an edge with this knife. You just don't. It's smooth and wonderful. Look at that. The scales. Now look, I'm not a steel expert, and I know some are or some pretend to be by Googling everything and then commenting on everything I get wrong. But this is a case that if you guys can expand on the steel that I'm about ready to talk about, please do in the comments to help the community understand more. The scales are custom 465 steel. Stainless steel. All of this is stainless steel. Custom 465. And that's, of course, from the good folks who we're talking about, Carpenter Steel. The backspacer is interesting. So it's an open construction except for this right here. It's an interesting use of a backspacer. This backspacer, they say, is made of Biodur, BIODUR 316 LS steel. But it's just that little piece, and in that little piece, it gives them something to screw in on the backside and then on the show side. You see that? They kind of counter each other, one on the top, one on the bottom, and gives you a fluted lanyard hole. So it's just this little small backspacer. I love that they used the wire clip, which makes sense. A stainless steel wire clip. And of course, the Chris Reeve integral frame lock on the back end. And I have to tell you, the thing that makes it the most interesting to me is it's a fully stainless steel knife, but man, how they rounded out the edges. You know, it's like when you pick up, it is not a Chris Reeve knife at all. It's not priced like one. It's not supposed to be like one. There's no titanium on it. But you know, when you pick up, if you've ever handled a Chris Reeve Sebenza, just plain Jane or Umnumzan, it feels like it's really well done. That's what this does. And you can beat on it, of course. Again, this is the knife of the day. It's a collaboration with Carpenter Steel. CTS XHP steel on the blade. The blade 3.3 inches. And then they have a different steel for the scale, stainless steel, and of course that little back spacer as well. It's a showpiece for Carpenter Steel. They asked Spyderco to put one together, and they did. And then Spyderco decided, hey, Kevin from Keith Kevin Kim might want one. So they made a bunch of them for whoever wanted them. I like the knife. If you like stainless steel knives, if you like an EDC knife you can beat up on, this has not been discontinued. It's still around. And I think it's discounted probably as well. So if you can find one, grab it. It's a nice knife. Again, the Spyderco Foundry is the knife of the day. Oh, I'm sorry. It is discontinued. Sorry, it's discontinued. But you can find some new ones on the secondary market. The Spyderco Foundry is our knife of the day. If you enjoy this series, don't forget to like it, thumb it up, share it, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the videos. Thank you very much for watching. You guys have a perfect day. Take good care of yourselves and your families and your friends. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.